Well, there you have it. Still top of the league. Oh man, a little bit of a tough one to go through in the beginning stages of that game, but in the end, it sees our Reds victorious and right where we deserve to be and right where we want to be, and that is top of the league. Big up to everyone joining us today. Big up to Highlore. I see your comment in there. No easy matches in the Prem, but we both have those players that can change matches and a manager that can make the right decisions. That is certainly a point. 7 points clear at the top of the league, people. 7 points clear. That is fantastic to hear because this is just like Hyler said, it's going to be one of those years where we're going to have to do our best to make sure that we hold on to that little bit of margin that we can do for some of these games where we're going to go up against, again, PGMOL and even sometimes teams that are going to play this form of their own dark arts, because Leicester certainly did that. They were very scrupulous when it came to their goalkeeper wasting time. Ayu doing his best to try to get calls and them falling over and Daka acting like he was injured when it didn't seem like it was much of a challenge at all, but him lying on the pitch as if he was just like taken out. Absolutely incredible, but all the same, it does not matter. This team will find a way to prevail. Some really, really good things to see, really good players to do. Hey, and top of the league. I know Brian is with us as well, but he's backstage. I guess when he's ready to hop in. Okay, he's there. Big up Pops, big up Bajan Pops in the house. Bajan Reds TV just possibly got done with their watch along. Hopefully you went over and checked it out, yeah. I could not get over. I agree, Reverend. I could not get over the fact that they, for a league and for a administered PGMOL that by Howard Webb that has talked about how they're making a concerted effort to make sure that the game goes by with some real speed and real accuracy, and to hurry the game along so that it's not stepped on by VAR checking every little thing that they can. Well, we didn't have that today. It was definitely foggy. Very foggy on the pitch and a little bit foggy on the decision making in the VAR booth, because that was ridiculous. Even the referee adding 2 minutes of time in the extra time in the very beginning of the game, the first half of the game, and then adding 9 minutes of extra time. It was almost as if he was trying to make up for the extra time that he missed out on the first half. It was absolutely a farce, but it's just something that we have to accept, prepare for, and just move on. Just keep getting these types of results, which is hard fought and well-deserved. Brian, you there with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Having some sound issues there a minute ago. All good now.
Good.
Hopefully all good.
What it do? I know that you didn't see some of the very beginning of the game, but you did get to watch the rest of it. Big up M. Tarmizi in the house, by the way. Big up M. Tarmizi.
Yeah, good to see you, boys. Good to see you, Pops, Revenite, Tarmizi, Bernadette, Jimmy, Trudon. Everybody, Trap Joe and Hustle Bones. Yeah,
Trudon,
definitely.
High Lord, Pops.
Yeah.
Lots of
Everybody
names,
coming over.
Lots of friends, lots of very, very valued Reds in the chat. And
that was
big up, happy holidays.
Problem for me. Yeah, that was problem for me. Some people called in, which is just how it goes at this time of year.
Yeah.
And I kind of missed most of it, really. So a couple of the goals. So maybe 10. So I'm pretty useless to everybody tonight because I kind of missed Yeah, I missed most of it, to be honest with you. I missed pretty much all of it. So, but hey, that's just the way it goes. I don't know.
I
But looked
agree
like
with
a good
Patch
one.
too, though.
Solid
I
game.
know you didn't get a chance to watch all the game, but the referee was just I had no idea what the referee was doing at times, and it just seemed like he was just. It's just another case of just the bar is so high when it comes to these games. I know that everyone has to deal with it in the league, but it just seems like he's just I don't know, just like a step behind and just a little bit maybe overwhelmed. But I mean, there's absolute horrible decisions on the pitch. Sometimes the referee was giving out yellow cards for calls that were not yellow cards. Like the commentators on our side of the pitch were saying it too. They were just like, that's just he's like one thing I'll give to the referees is consistent. He's giving out yellow cards for absolutely soft calls, like fouls that are not yellow card fouls, but he's giving them out consistently. He's saying it was poor. We're going to see now because of the yellow card that was seen in this game, Dominic is not going to be available for the upcoming match against West Ham, for instance. And I don't think that was a yellow card on Dom, to tell you the truth. But he's one that has now a yellow card suspension coming up for him against West Ham. I was absolutely screaming for Slot to get the way that this ref was handing out yellow cards. I was absolutely screaming at Slot to get Grab off the pitch ASAP. As soon as especially after we scored that third goal, we could have had him. We could have swapped him out in the second goal, to be honest with you. But I was just absolutely wanting him to get Grab off the pitch because there's a couple of times you saw Grab kind of lean in to do the challenge, and then he kind of, you can see he kind of backed off it a little bit because this ref was just weird. The Darwin offside call was a weird one because they checked to see if Salah was offside. Then they said no, he wasn't offside. Then they went to check and see if there was a handball by I think it was Jones or someone to see if it was a handball. That didn't work out for him. Then they went and tried to see if Darwin was offside. And you know what? Like as much as and as well as you want to say yes, he was offsides definitively or not, it's difficult to see whether he was offsides considering A, it was foggy, B, the only camera angle they showed was a behind the ball angle. So the player, Salah, had the ball at his feet, but you don't see when he actually goes through with making the actual pass. So like that part of it was a little bit foggy in the sense of you don't necessarily see where because the angle that they're showing, they showed how like they were showing Salah and he was being blocked out by his defender. So you don't actually get to see when the point of contact of where he's passing the ball was off. So if anything, I get Pops is saying that he was off. I don't agree with Pops on that one. In that I don't know if he was off, to be honest with you. But because the ref flagged him as to being off, I don't think he was flagging Darwin for being off, by the way. But because the flag did go up for offsides, it gave them at least enough to say whether he was off or whether he wasn't off. Because yeah, it just didn't it was a questionable call. It was one that took a lot of time, way too much time, and it kept going back further and further and further as if they were trying to find some reason to mark off Cody's goal. It was a shame, but all the same, yeah, Dustin, I agree. He says, watch, they changed the lines position twice because they were trying to figure out exactly where it was, and it was difficult because of the fog and because of the camera angle. And that's why it was one of those cases where, at that point, you have to go with you have to go off of the referee's point of view because I don't think that the VAR could actually give any definitive reasoning as to go to what it was. But it doesn't matter. The point is, it ended up being 3-1 on an absolutely the third goal actually possibly was the best goal of the game. Or the third goal by us at least was possibly the best goal of the game. It was a goal that saw Mohamed Salah score his 100th goal at um, at Anfield. 100th goal at Anfield. Absolutely an incredible feat by Salah that continues to just break record after record for himself, setting milestone after milestone. The goal was absolutely a filthy goal. Yeah, it was nasty. Hustle Bones was where at first I was like, I thought he was maybe trying to cross it. I thought he was trying to cross it maybe into Diego's path, but no, he was going for the goal. Perfectly placed the ball over the defender's back leg and just right into the side netting of the goal. Absolutely incredible goal. Yeah, Dustin was upset that he didn't pass. Hey, he made up for it. He made up for it. He made up for it. Uh, yeah. Okay. Looks like Bernie is kind of frustrated with Darwin. I thought Darwin was okay today. He wasn't. It wasn't anything particularly poor. He had one or two attempts at goal that got blocked. He had that one goal that just could not put it past the goalkeeper. I would have liked to see him get the goal, but he got a good, nice little run. I think what we'll probably end up seeing is a game where we didn't see Lucho in this game, so maybe that's a little testament of that. We will see Cody and Lucho in that West Ham matchup, or at least if we don't see Cody and Lucho, we'll probably end up seeing at least Lucho and possibly Diego as a starter in that next coming matchup that we have on the docket. Man, oh man. The parts of the games that you did see, Brian, what were your feelings about the parts of the games that you did see that you can like kind of peer through the fog and get to see at least?
Well, everybody seems really annoyed for some reason. We we won 3-1. We scored some great goals. We scored two amazing goals. I'm sure it was yeah, probably frustrating game for some reason. But I look, all I know is we won 3-1, and we are where we did what we needed to do. I can't really say enough about a lot of it. But yeah, you want a clean sheet, but the guy, what's his name?
Are
What's
you?
his name? Yeah, it is what it is. I'm sure it was frustrating, but the most solid goal is like everybody's saying there. He did the guy up. He gave him the eyes in a big way. I've never seen anyone give the eyes that way. Not in a
Mm-hmm.
while, anyway. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who he's trying to give him to. Keeper couldn't see him. It was kind of funny, But he bent it around and was probably his best goal this season. The way he took it so early, he
Mm-hmm.
didn't even. There's something about that goal. It was very, very special, even by his standards. Cody's goal, I know. There's that idea between is it predictable or is it unstoppable? He does one thing. He goes down the left, he cuts in, and he buries it in the top right hand corner with his right foot. That's what Cody does. He's going
Mm-hmm.
to try and do it every single time. It's kind of like the Aaron Robin thing. It's do you want him to stop doing that and bury it up, or do you want him to keep doing that? I don't know. But when he does that and it comes off, it's pretty much unstoppable. So I can't blame him for trying it 5, 6 times a game. So like it was like the ultimate. Like if you said what's a Cody Gakpo goal, that's a Cody Gakpo goal. What's a Mo Salah goal? A break from a quick piece of play and a great ball from midfield over the top into Mo's stride. He gets into the box and he pulls out a world class finish with his left foot into the bottom right hand corner.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Mo Salah goal, and we got two of them today. Two, like basically the archetype of those players' goals. So yeah, brilliant to watch, brilliant goals. Looked a little bit dodgy at the start, but we came back in the end, and Yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, Cody was absolutely spot on. Very, very, very good. Very good today. Uh I know that some say about how he's unable to really, like, as in we all know what he's going to do, in the sense of we all know that he's going to, you know, cut back to the right, be on the left, cut back to the right, try to score with his right foot, and it really doesn't matter. He's that he's that accurate. Uh, he's that deadly with his accuracy when it comes to putting it in. I thought he was going to get the brace. He was very close to getting the brace, and he absolutely hammered that ball in um, for what seemed to be his brace, but ended up not being the brace for him. It was a weird game too. Like, I, I don't know what to necessarily expect from Leicester. I think that goal that we gave them early in the game was an absolute gift of a goal. I mean, it's like less than it's in the first 10 minutes of the game, and we're up here giving them a goal. I don't think the Gomez foul was a yellow card. He ended up getting a yellow card. That was a very, very harsh yellow. He tried to get behind him, and somehow he clipped the leg, I guess, or nipped the leg. And as soon as the player felt the touch, he went he went to the ground. The IU foul was harsh, possibly even for him. He had plenty of calls that he probably should have gotten a card for, but that one was a little harsh for him as well. Cody equaling up before halftime was a big, big thing. I think going into halftime was at 1-1 is a major difference than going into halftime at 1-0. You know, if you thought we knew that they're going to park the bus, but as soon as they scored that goal, they were already like, you could already hear the beep, beep, beep of the bus getting backed up into the box. Yeah, it was a weird game. Weird game. Bernie was saying she thought Jones was very poor. Then he scored. Yeah, yeah. Jones was John. I didn't think Jones had a great game. I agree with you on that. He was not necessarily very, very. He wasn't exactly as active or as in tune with the game as I would have liked to have seen, but it's not easy when you're trying to get the rhythm of the game, and the referee and the team that you're playing against is doing everything they can to take every bit of the life out of the crowd as they can for the energy that they get from them and the likes. But yeah, I don't know if Jones was really. You thought Jones was really good? I thought it was okay. I thought best games obviously were from. I thought Trent had a very good game today. I thought McAllister had a very good game today. I thought Cody obviously had an excellent game today. I would probably say Cody is my possible man of the match. I thought obviously Salah had a very good game today too. Off the bench, average, nothing super spectacular from the bench, but I was glad to see that McAllister grabbed both guys out before we got anything in. What's K-Mac saying? K-Mac saying FC played with 10 men today. Oh, man, K-Mac, you got to give it a rest, brother. You got to give it a rest. You do. I just don't understand. Like, I don't know what Darwin's done to you personally, but I'm sorry he's hurt you. I am very sorry he's hurt you. But, geez, man. In a game we won 3-1, the first thing is, let me get my Nunez agenda out there. Come on, K-Mac. Hello to you too. Oh, man. So Trent was terrible again for one out. Oh my goodness. I get that, and you know how much I love stats, K-Mac. You know how much I love stats. but I don't think that Trent or I don't think Robbo was really poor either today. I don't think that they were really that poor. Keep it 100. They Trent or let's see, because Robbo had an absolutely incredible pass into the box at one point. I thought that could have been a goal actually for us. Dustin's asking, 12th, why do you think he didn't put Chiesa on for extra time? To be honest with you, I know that Chiesa is coming off of an illness. So he was sick before. Now, whether he was going to put in Chiesa or not, let's analyze the subs. Put Dom in, put Dom in for Curtis at the 77th minute. To be honest with you, it was good to see Dom get put into the game. Obviously, that did make a difference in how we were starting to push in and get some type of action really going with the amount of hustle and everything else that you get from Dom. But it ended, but by doing so, which is kind of sad because I would have liked to seen Curtis possibly get a full 90. Then we wouldn't have had to worry about Dom, who ended up getting a yellow card, being out for this next match coming up against West Ham. That's unfortunate. But I don't think it was because Chiesa doesn't trust Chiesa. I just think it was because he saw the people that he put in. I actually think were decent. And then at the 87th and 90th minute, is there really a point in getting? Then you're not really doing much for Chiesa other than trying to say, hey, we want you to get some reassurance that you will get some type of playing time. But yeah, Dom in the 77th minute, then dropping in Diego in for Darwin at the 78th minute, then Simicast getting put in at the 86th, 87th, and the 92nd minute are the next subs that we end up getting to see. I just don't think that it was just a matter of just getting some players out. Yeah, he's too good for the garbage time. Maybe. I don't think so. I don't think it was anything. I don't think he would have gained anything by putting in Chiesa in as well in this game. And I certainly think Harvey deserved to be put in more so than not. Craggy Island. Anfield's like Craggy Island. Okay. They were strangely late. I know that was strange. I think for some reason, I don't know what it was, but some reason he just didn't get the right subs in at the right time. I think in this game, I will agree with that. I didn't want to see Dom play in this game. To be honest, I don't think we needed necessarily Dom to be put into this game. I would have rolled with Curtis getting a full 90, and then I don't mind seeing Darwin be subbed out. Diego didn't really do much of anything, so. Oh, Father Ted, I got you. Got you, Bernie.
Yeah, that's where Father Ted lives.
Yeah, got you. Yeah, I know. Tell him, Dustin. Tell him. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Why? In a game that we won 3-1, in a game that again, pick up Jimmy and Kevin. In a game that we won 3-1, in a game again that I thought that Leicester had no real ideas of wanting to get anything in. They had an XG of 0.00 in the second half. 0.00 in the second half. They had all of 4 shots in the first half. And that was all of their shots. 4 shots in the first half. The one opportunity that they got was a fortunate bounce, a fortunate situation, and they ended up making us pay for it. I am not going to I'm not going to short them on that. They absolutely did get it. But all things considered, we got 3 goals on a 1.83 xG. We had, there was one point where I heard the commentators talking about the fact that we had so many corner kicks. We had 14 corner kicks in this game. 14 corner kicks. 19 total shots. I get you. 4 too many. Definitely, Beijing Pops. I got you on that one. But 19 shots, 14 corner kicks. I really, really don't see why the first thing we focus on is Darwin Nunez. And the second thing is, I don't understand why we don't focus on the fact that our corners, just as Pop said, we should have more consistency, or at least some type of something that we would have created from those corners. There was a couple corners that were poorly taken by Trent, and maybe even 1 or 2 poorly taken by Robbo. You could throw Simicast into that group too. His corner wasn't that great when he got the opportunity to make one. That was pretty wild. I don't also think that we committed 17 fouls in this game. There's no way you would tell me that this team, that Liverpool, committed 17 fouls, whereas in Leicester committed 5. It was a very weird game. Weird game. No, K-Mac, you focus on Nunez because you're obsessed. Just get a picture of him and get it over with, I mean, I get it. Maybe he's just not that into you, despite the fact that you're very into Nunez for some reason, dude. Give it a rest, man. That's just strange. That's just strange. I find it very strange that the first thing that you want to talk about is Nunez. You don't want to talk about the fact that we didn't have any, again, what Pops brought up about the corners. You don't want to talk about the fact that, none of us selected him. Slot did, for a reason, obviously. Okay? And if you even go beyond that, it's the sheer fact that there's other parts about this game. Why don't we talk about the guy that you did not rate for the longest time ever? The guy that you talked about being part of the Dutch players that aren't good or something, whatever your statement was about the Dutch system and the Dutch players and the likes. That's where I'm talking about. Why don't we look at the praise about Cody in this game? I thought he had a very, very good game. Why don't we focus in on the fact about Mo Salah in this game? He didn't have a game where every touch was amazing, incredible, but I think that that finish that he had was an absolutely incredible finish. Let's talk about that. Get over your Nunez infatuation, bruh. Okay? No one has time for it. All right, I'm sorry about that. I'm going to poke the bear a little bit. I'm down. I'm calming down. I'm calming down. All right. So, Brian, please, I know what you're about to bring up. I know what you might bring up next.
Come to me up. Yeah. Yeah. So, how did Darwin play today?
Yeah, exactly.
How did Darwin play?
Exactly. Oh man.
Yeah, I know.
You know what? I don't know. I don't know why Diaz not playing. I would have preferred if Diaz hadn't even been on the bench today, actually. And I mean that from a perspective of it would have been good if rather than, I know that this might be, there's those people that may say, oh, well, this is a distraction for him. There's nothing he can do in the hospital or something along those lines. But I would have given, if I personally, I would have said, hey, you know what? You understand what's going on with your father. why not go and be by your father's side, and we'll take over there. They are not Dutch. They're from Holland. Okay. I don't know what that means. Oh, they're not Dutch. They're from Holland. The Netherlands. The Netherlands. They're from Netherlands. Oh.
Buffered, and then it started playing back
Brian,
at a weird speed.
I don't know what happened. I think you must hit a button. You took yourself out of it.
No, it
Did you mean to do that?
It buffered, and then it played back at a weird speed, so I just left and came back again.
Yeah,
it was.
And Pops, I understand that Nunez wasn't exceptional today. He was not exceptional, but it wasn't like Nunez was the reason why we were going to lose this game, or wasn't the reason why we're like, oh, because of Nunez, let's focus on his play. And that's that's the part and point of what I'm trying to get at, Pops. Like, excusing that stuff. The first statement that K-Mac didn't say hello to the chat. He's a Red. He didn't say hello to his fellow Reds in the chat. He didn't come in and say, hey, 12, or hey, Irishman. The first thing out of his crawl is Nunez. We played with 10 guys today because Nunez was horrible, or whatever he said, something like that. That's just like, I don't get that. That's just someone that's like obsessed. Get over that obsession, bruh. Like, for real, get over it. The match reaction of the reaction I have today was more focused on the poor job of the PGMOL, whether it was the VAR, whether it's the match official personally. Even beyond that, the fact that we do have an issue with the fact that we've been letting in goals lately, and that is an issue for me. That is certainly an issue. We need to definitely get that solidified. For a team that was basically, Fort Knox when it came to the back line and preventing goals, we've let in a considerable number of goals since the first half of the first quarter of the season, as opposed to this second quarter of the season. That's something that is troubling. Okay. But it's something that I hope that we'll figure out. It would have been a bigger thing to get a clean sheet against a team that we all picked, for the most part, majority of us picked as being a team we should solidly handle, and that's for certain. I think we could look. You want to talk about something? Let's talk about, once again, the fact that we had 14 corners and really didn't look menacing on almost any of them. 14 corners. That's 14 crosses coming in, and we couldn't figure it out. I don't care if we even we could have mixed in a short corner in there and see if we could have mixed it up to try to get something out of it. But 14 corners, you would think that we would have probably had at least some viable chances from those corners. We didn't really. Nothing that I really can remember. If in the chat, please tell me if I'm wrong, but or refresh my memory if we did have something that was big from a corner, but we didn't. We absolutely didn't. Like, you want to talk about the 19 shots that we had? Okay, fine. We had, out of 19 shots, we had 3 goals, But like, their goalkeeper was playing pretty well today. At times, he was doing his thing. Albeit he was wasting time, but doing his dark arts, But, you expect that. I know Slot was pretty, I don't know if Brian saw this part or not, but Slot was actively in the fourth official's ear about that. He was wasting time like crazy today. And Slot was very active in trying to make a point about that. And what was interesting about it was a lot of the time wasting was going on during that first half, especially. And we only got 2 minutes of extra time added on. Now I can understand them adding a little bit extra, but not 9 minutes is a lot of time in that second half. A good bit of it was probably for the one or two VAR attempts that they got. The VAR attempt to try to take away Curtis Jones' goal. That was pretty wild. They took a good couple of minutes trying to review that and figure out a way to take that goal away from us. They tried their best to take away what was the other one they tried to take away? Oh, and obviously, and which the one that they did take away, which was the Cody goal. That was like 3. They went over and above for that. Over and above for that. But yeah. I just find it interesting. That's all. It just gets tiresome. And it just gets tiresome sometimes. Sometimes that's the only focus. Like this game was that so many other points that we could focus in on. So many other points to focus in on. And the first thing that some people have to try to like gravitate their energy towards is Darwin Nunez, who had all 4 shots today, XG of 0.25, touched the ball 25 times. 25 times. That's all he touched the ball. 25 times. But definitely. Anyhow, Cody hit that second like it owed him money. He did crush that one. That one, the goal they took away from Cody, oh my goodness. That would have been nice. That would have been nice. That one, he came
Was it off?
That's the one that they ended up ruling Nunez offside for.
No, you're saying they took the goal away. Was he off?
Did they what? Say one again? Say one more time.
No, you're saying they took the goal they took away from Cody. Was it offside?
Yeah, that's the one that they.
Yeah, so it was offside.
Yeah.
It was off. It's off.
He wasn't off. They're saying that that's the goal that they went and said Salah was off. And then he figured out he wasn't off. Then they went to go and see if there's a handball. And then they figured out, okay, it wasn't a handball. Then they went and said, oh, now maybe Nunez is off. And that's when they finally said that Nunez was offsides.
Well, if it was off, it was off. That's all, If it was off, it was off. We'd want to give him if it was off.
Mm-hmm.
But, hey, look, we won 3-0. Like I said, the first 10 minutes, everything I heard are 3-1. The first 10 minutes, all I heard was people giving out shit about the referees. So, it works both ways. People don't want to focus on the 3-1. Don't focus on Nunez. But all they were doing was giving it out about referee this, referee that. We won 3-1, but no one wanted to talk about that. You say no one, come on. You have to have it both ways too, people in chat, It was a lot of like this and that. You're going to get shit. But we won that game. Little bit of fog, we've seen much worse. So I think if the calls were correct, they were correct. We beat the team 3-1. We take it. We go away with it.
I don't know if the calls were correct, but yeah.
No, but if you're saying I didn't, like I'm saying, if they were correct, if they were off, they were off. That's like I said. I'm not going to even talk. I didn't see it. So
there's no way that you should take nearly 4 minutes, like Jimmy's saying, to roll on a VAR call. There's no way it should be 4 minutes. That took away you could hear the crowd like just getting so frustrated by the fact that you have the time wasting going on by Leicester, but then you have this case where like it's taking away all of the energy of and it rightfully so was taking the energy out of the crowd. There are parts and points where there was just like, you heard the roar of the crowd from the goal, and then like 4 or 5 minutes later, they're getting they're taking the ball, and it sounded like it's all that energy had just been dropped from 10 to like a 3.
So, this is why we don't like VAR. This is why we don't want VAR.
Yeah.
Not part of the game. Part of the game is look. I get it. We don't want to go. Everybody celebrates like a moron and whatever. But having to wait 3.5 minutes to celebrate a goal or not is not really part of the game. I mean, it's probably a part of the. If you were 4 years old now and you grew
Hmm.
up watching the game for the rest of your life, it'd probably
Hmm.
be part of the game that you know. But this is not the game that I grew up watching. Is waiting, even when you see a goal that you know with your own eyes can't possibly be anything wrong with it. You know, you're
Hmm.
watching it, you've seen the play develop, you know there's no fouls, there's no offsides, you're lucky enough to get the whole field of vision. You know there can't possibly be anything wrong with it. You still kind of this little thing in the back of your head going, was there something? Are they going to flag? That's not part of the game, man. Especially, um, look, if it's like a 5 second delay for like one of those did across the line type things, but 3.5 minutes sitting there, like that's enough time to make a cup of tea, come back in, sit down, go
Hmm.
outside, get some biscuits, come back in, decide they're the wrong biscuits, go out more biscuits, come back in and get them. And they still won't have made it. And you're still sitting there. That's not part of the game at all. Like, yeah, and like
Right.
you said, look, you take these things, it's new things you have to learn to deal with as a player. You learn to take some kind of positive out of it. But for a crowd, it sucks, like you said, it sucks the life out of it. It takes all the energy out of it. It takes
Right.
the flow that's been generated. But then, okay, you put it back on the crowd. Okay, guys, look, this is shit, right? But let's get it going again. Let's take whatever happened, good or bad, and turn it into more noise and more energy. But yeah, it's not what you're there for, man. It really, like you said, you got a crowd that's up for it, and then they have to sit there in the cold, just
Right.
like looking at each other, going, "What's happening?"
Right.
Because there's nothing on the
Yeah.
screens, there's no communication. Everybody's just standing there looking at a guy with his finger in his ear.
Yep.
It's just kills everything, really. But what are you gonna
That's
do?
more of
Yeah,
what I was
it's
looking at. Like as in for a game, I was hoping to have a lot of action, have a lot of like, just to be able to see the team play. But I mean, like it's just every moment is just being, it's just like getting every moment they could. It's just getting, you know, the life of the game is just being sucked out of it. And it was going on. Need a pause and on for that one. Um,
anything more than a minute. Well, not us, but look, anything more than a set amount of time, it's like, okay, look, maybe they had a list and they had to work with whatever the fuck. But if it takes that long, or if it takes, that kind of thing, yeah, like Kevin is saying, you can do a mug of chocolate cake in 3.5 minutes in the microwave. You can actually make a freaking cake in the time it took them
right,
to
right,
make that decision. It's just not what we're in it for. We all want the
right.
right decisions. We all want fair, but there's always a payoff, isn't there? And I know they're working towards it. Like you said, they're working towards getting rid of these ridiculous delays.
But I don't think they were
So,
tonight. I think they just
well,
didn't
not
care
to,
today.
well,
Yeah.
today it's just whatever the thing was. But
Mhm.
yeah. Hey, look, we won it, right? We let it go. We won 3-1, and we keep on rolling. We take that and we keep on rolling. What a goal by Salah! Though. What a goal! I mean, we have to talk more about that. That was vintage. That was the kind of everybody thinking, oh, he's got at least one more touch in him before he does something, and
Mhm.
bang, it's in the back of net. The
Mhm.
way he gave the boy the eyes, everything, that was a man that's like, I'm going to do something special here, and this is exactly what I'm going to do. And he pulled it off.
Mhm.
I think that's probably, to me, that's the best goal he scored this season.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I thought it was awesome though. Cody's goal was absolutely awesome. It seemed to get. I know you're saying that that fog happens. I'm sure on the on in England just as much so as on your island as well. But
Oh,
um
Tranmere was called off early. There's a game just down the road was
yeah,
called off early today.
yeah, I saw that. And also, not only was it called off, it seemed to get. I remember because there was I got messaged by someone that follows me on Twitter, and they were like, they said, is it just me, or does it seem like it's getting foggier? And like I was like, yeah, there's parts and points where it seemed like it was harder to see the game towards during different parts of it. So it's not an easy one. But like you said, fog is just
Yeah,
it is.
on TV it looks much like when you're actually
they
on the
have to
ground.
deal with it just as much as we had to deal with it. So
Yeah,
that's not an
and when
excuse.
you're on the ground, you can actually see a lot better.
Yeah, yeah,
Like I've
because
seen
of the
games
fog.
go ahead
Yeah.
where the TV cameras can't really see through it, but if you're actually on the pitch, it's not that bad.
Mhm.
But then, yeah, when you see it on TV, like how can you even see? But I loved
Yeah.
it, man. It added some atmosphere to it. Added a really cool kind of look to the whole game. Christmas, a bit more. It just looked cool that game. That the build up to it. You need a bit more pyro would have been nice.
Hmm.
To add to the fog at the start, the
Yeah, yeah.
Alien
There you
style.
go. At first, I thought it was pyro. I thought that they'd like shut off some fireworks or something for maybe Boxing Day or something. I don't know. Um, yeah, Cody was big in that the difference between going into halftime 1-1 as opposed to going into, again, a weird situation. Like I said, I thought there was more than 2 minutes worth of stoppage time that should have been added in the first half. We're pressing. We're actually on the front foot in the end of that second half. It's ticked over a couple of seconds over 2 minutes, and the referee blows the whistle, and we are poised to have one more real more stab at getting a goal, and we had just gotten that goal obviously from from Cody earlier, and he's got the ball at his feet, and the ref blows the whistle, and Cody looked up to him like, what are you doing, man? Like, there's definitely been some stoppage of time in this game. Like, what are you doing? But no love. No love shown. No love shown. Um, Cody's sitting celebration needs to be in FIFA. I have to look at his celebration again. I didn't get to see it. Normally he just does the salute when he scores.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'll have to double check. I don't remember what his celebration was this time. Cody had the chance to do something before that, and he went backwards. That's what Pops is saying. Um, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, I know the one. I know the one. He sits down, just starts going, yeah, starts pumping his arms like that kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
I know the one. Yeah.
I'll look for it. I'll look. I'm waiting for the game highlights to be posted. They haven't been posted yet. I see just one or two posted, but it's all about Mo Salah's goal. All about Salah's goal. All about Salah's goal. And like I said, Salah has just scored his 100th goal at Anfield. His 100th goal at Anfield. Absolutely a boss. Oh, I got you. Pops. He's saying he's screaming at him to pass it forward. I don't know if there's anyone in front of him, though. He was pretty far advanced in the attack. And he could have kept going. I think he definitely could have kept going forward. He definitely could have kept going forward. Curtis's goal was good, was great too. Great team goal. Absolutely, Hustle Bones. It was like a little bit of a pinball reaction. Quick feet. Definitely some good stuff there. Definitely some good stuff. Salah's goal was the crescendo. We wanted without the endo. There you go. We got our endo in this one.
Got his usual appearance fee at least.
Yeah.
Nobody makes more money in 7 minutes than Endo does.
um Yeah, Endo. I thought Endo should have been put in actually.
What's that now for Mo? Sorry, that's how many goals and assists now in the league?
Oh, geez. Well, this
Just for reference, is the
was.
abacus big enough? Do you need another
No.
calculator?
Yeah, I'll tell you real quick. Hold on, let me tell you. I think he's at 36 goals. And GA actually this season. I have a thing, but let
Yeah,
me see. Hold on a
there you
second.
go. 16 and 11. 16 and 11 pops. What a joke,
Mm-mm-mm.
man. What an absolute joke.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you
Um,
do realize, that like 16 goals and 11 assists is an elite season. Even at this level, that's an elite season. 16 goals and 11 assists. That's an elite season, let alone
mhm.
half a season. So that's just crazy. That's
Okay.
completely and utterly crazy. Yeah, I know, Pops. Those
So wait,
numbers.
was that his 16th goal today? Let me double check on that one. Let me double check for you guys.
Oh, I hope that's true, Kev. I hope that's
What if it
true.
was
I hope that's true.
mhm.
Please tell me that's true. Equal to Everton. He has the same amount of goals as Everton do.
Yeah, he's got 16 goals. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Oh, that's my favorite stat of the year. He has the same amount of
11.
goals
You're
as
absolutely right,
Everton.
Pops. Let me
Yeah, what do you think of that? What do you think of that?
yeah, that's weird.
No,
On here
that is not
they
true.
have it mixed up on I tried doing the when I
That's not
googled it,
true.
it came up with 15 goals, 12 assists. But I see on my other app it has 16 goals and 11 assists. So that is impressive, man. Absolutely impressive. And that's just in the Prem, by the way.
But did you see the stat Kevin put up?
Yeah, I
The one I
did.
was
And he
talking about.
has more
That's
goals than like
the
he has the same amount
same
of goals
he
as
had more
Everton.
goals than Everton.
Yeah,
The whole freaking club. I
yeah,
love that, man. Let's get that
yeah,
on a t-shirt or something. You know, like,
yeah. 11 big chances
uh,
created, 11 assists, 16 goals. That's my point is Pops, and this is what I mean.
bam,
That's what I
bam.
if I'm going to a forum with my fellow Reds, if I'm going to be on one of these channels as a panelist or even as a person in the chat, the first thing I'm talking about is Salah's performance. I might have talked about Cody. I might brought up Cody because I know there are a lot of people that were hating on Cody, you know. And now all of a sudden they act like we have amnesia about what they said about the guy. But I probably would just reference the fact that what you just said of 16 and 11, 16 goals, 11 assists. Absolutely a boss performance by arguably one of the best forwards, certainly one of the best wingers in Premier League history. He might not be doing the step overs and the fancy dribbles as a Hazard, but I'd be willing to put it out there that this guy just does Egyptian king style stuff. He does some royal stuff. Yeah, I get you. I get you. I get you. He's saying that he that Mo had him screaming at him, but he scored at him too, but he scored a beauty. But there were times he had Pops upset in the game. Um,
Yeah, and like I said, Mo gonna Mo.
yeah.
That's been Mo from day one. Mo is gonna Mo, and we the end result at the end of the season. I mean, he's on track to do more than he did year one, which is shocking. So yeah, he's always been Mo, and it was worse than that. Yeah, but Pops, man, goal and assist, goal and assist, goal assist, goal assist, goal and assist, goal assist. We're
Mm-hmm.
taking that, right? We're taking it. He will do that. He will frustrate us. It is sometimes, yeah, it is sometimes. It is kind of shocking. Like you're like, how can you do that and then do this? Like, how can you score a goal like that and then like literally look like a 7-year-old who's never seen a football before? 2 seconds later.
Mm-hmm.
But that's him, isn't that is the guy. But yeah, I think until the day he stops playing football, in his last game, he'll miss one of the easiest chances you ever see, and he'll score a worldie.
Yep.
Because that's just Mo. He's now taking it, but he could have scored one or two more with at least one more assist. Yeah, yeah.
But
But
I
then
mean,
we're
like
into
at the same
but then
time,
we're into stratospheric numbers, though, pops, aren't we?
mhm,
Then if we're doing that, then we're into fucking Messi scoring 67 goals in a season, stratospheric numbers. Like they're. I know you look. It's easy. Oh, Brian, what are you talking about numbers? Look at him one on one. He should score that. Yeah, of course he should score that. Of course he should.
right?
But then you just look. Well, if he scored all of those chances that we're talking about, the guy's numbers would be ridiculous. So yeah, maybe he should be doing ridiculous numbers. It's crazy though. It does. It messes with your brain to look at it. It's like, how can someone is doing that kind of numbers still? We can still legitimately sit here and go, he should have 15 more, or he should have 10 more. If you look at the really easy chances he's missed, the guy should have insane numbers.
Hmm.
It's crazy. It really is crazy that you can actually look at it and he's doing it. So he's a bit of an enigma, really, isn't he? But I suppose, yeah, we're going to take it, aren't we? We're going to take it. I'm like Pop said earlier on. Um, you don't know what you got till it's gone, but I think a lot of us know what's going to walk out the door when he leaves. We know the kind of numbers that are walking out the door.
No, that's my point. That's my point. Rather than hear someone pitch and complain about Nunez, I would rather hear you say, "Listen to this." So, with his latest goal on Boxing Day, he has also he has also joined an exclusive club, having found the back of the net on 100 occasions in the Premier League at Anfield. The 32-year-old has become just the eighth player to record this feat, joining Henry, Kane, Aguero, Shearer, Wayne Rooney, Andy Cole, and Robbie Fowler in doing so. Salah has taken just 142 games to achieve the landmark milestone, doing so in the fourth quickest time to do it. Shearer currently holds the record, having scored 100 goals in 91 fixtures, 100 home goals in 91 fixtures. Um, Henri took 113 matches to get there. Aguero took 125 to get there. That is what I want to talk about. If you want to cry or you want to moan or you want to complain about Darwin, go do it in the corner. I'd rather talk about this great man here and this achievement, because that is phenomenal. This guy, we're witnessing history here. We're witnessing one of the greatest players to have played in the Premier League, and we get to call him a Red. That is my focus. Definitely. Shout out to Robbie Fowler, too. Get chances to recognize even former greats. That's what I mean.
We were talking about it the other night, man. I don't know if it was on my show or here, but we were doing the thing. We brought up the top five. Billy Little, right? Ian Rush, the other guy whose name I've forgotten shamefully, not Hodgson, the other guy, right? All of them have retired. A couple of them have Roger Hunt. They're all long gone, right? They're all
Mm-hmm.
long gone, at least in
Mm-hmm.
terms of playing wise. Some of them have passed on from this earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mo's name is in that list now, and that's what I was saying to somebody on the night. In 50 years' time, 60 years' time, when people are looking at stuff or whatever, they might not remember Cody Gakpo or Diaz or
They might not even
I don't
remember
know.
Nunez.
No, yeah, these people, you know what I mean. But like, that list will always be there. So we're talking about this guy. People, oh, who's Billy Little? In 2024, we were talking about Billy Little because his name is on that list.
Right.
Mo will be talked about in 50, 60 years because when people go to look at, Johnny Gomez in 50 years is going breaking records. He's getting close to Mo Salah. Mo
Mm-hmm.
Salah, he'll be that name. Mo, like Pops is saying, right
Mm-hmm.
now, and Kevin brought up brilliantly right now. one of the only clubs with our history to have one of our greatest ever goal scorers playing right now and writing these records right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like in 60, 70 years' time, he will be remembered because his name will be in that top five, top
Yep.
10 at least.
Yep.
And people say, oh, who was Mo Salah? They won't look up who was Jota, who was, Ricky Lambert, whatever it was, going
Yeah.
Benteke back in the day, because
Yep.
they're not on that list. They'll be remembered until they're gone. But his name will be up there. That's why
Yeah.
he is right now. It's huge what he's doing.
It's
And
huge.
as an
I'd
African
rather
player
talk
as
about
well.
that. Yeah, that's my
Yeah,
point.
and
I just rather
yeah,
talk about those parts and points. I rather talk about that as being something that we don't just glaze over and act like, oh, well, it's just every day that someone scores their 100th goal in a home at their home field. Just every day that they do that. No, it's not. It really isn't. Do you realize that um, he now boasts a whopping 19 goals and 15 assists from 25 games in all competitions? That's this campaign so far. But he's just 5 goals shy of equaling his tally of 39 goal involvements from last campaign. And we're not even at the new year.
he's putting in full season numbers for a top player. For a
Absolutely.
top player, he's putting in full season numbers. Anybody, Anthony, Mason
That's
Mount,
cool
Cole
too.
Palmer, Foden, walks away with those kind of numbers after the end of the season, they go, I did well that year. I got
Yep.
16 goals in the league, 16 goals in the bloody league, and double figures for assists. I did my job over a whole season. That is a top bloody season. This guy isn't even a out and out creator, as it were.
Yeah. And this isn't
He's
the
not
team
our
that he does
main.
well against, by the way. I'm going to bring this Curtis stat back up too. Give me a second, Dustin. But this isn't even a team that he does well against, really. You realize, because there's that list that you can see where there's some teams that certain players just absolutely cause nightmares for, right? But in his previous 9 league meetings with the Foxes, he's been on the scoring sheet just once. Just once. But he chose today. He chose today to make it twice. Twice as nice. And shout out to Curtis, actually cool stat or it was his 100th game today, and he scored in his 100th game. A very important goal, by the way. Very important goal. It's the goal that knotted it up for us and got us, or excuse me, not got it up. The goal winner, excuse me, the game winner. He got the game-winning goal with his 100th game today. Can we talk about those things? Those things are kind of cool. Those things are kind of cool. We sit atop the league. We won this game. We didn't lose it. We won it. Yeah, that's what Dustin's saying. It's his 100th game today. Maybe it's his 100th game at Anfield. I'm not certain, but I know it is his 100. He's saying that it's his 100th game. Dustin, give some clarification for Pops if you can if you can give some clarification for Pops on whether it's just at Anfield or if it's his 100 game in total. I don't think it's his 100 game in total, but I could double check. But great finish, yeah. It was. It's one of those cases, and maybe Pops will agree with this one too. Maybe you'll agree with it as well, Darwin. Sorry, maybe you'll agree with it, Brian.
What's coming? Oh my God!
Got me swapping up Brian Darwin so much. Brian and
Am I a better YouTuber than Darwin is a striker?
maybe so.
I don't
You're a
know.
legend. You're a legend.
Yeah.
You're a legend.
Yeah. No, I am. I can't believe Jones has 100 appearances for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That kind of snuck up a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah. It has. It really has.
Still on 560 grand a year, aren't he? He makes 10 grand, 10 grand, 10 grand a week, I think, Jonesy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's another man with a, we talk about the three obvious, the main boys in the, in the office, basically, guys who are looking for new contracts or not get it, whatever it might be. Then you've got some people behind that. Diaz, like we talked about, Jones,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even someone like Kwanzaa, something like that.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know.
This one's it's so tough. It's the hardest, most difficult thing about Salah is you can make a graphic and before before the game's over, you got to make a new graphic because the graphics is out of date or something.
Mhm.
This was the actual. I'll make this so people can see it. Going into this was what this was about as close as we are going to get with it. This is for all comps. He obviously got 2 added to that. That's why he has 35 accomplishments on that feat right now. But you can add another goal / assist to Cody's number, so he's now 14. He's at least 14 along with Cody, or excuse me, with Lucho. Pretty wild.
150th. Yeah, he's saying it got the winner, not the 100 appearances. Also saying there's 150 appearances. Yeah, but how many league appearances do you have? Who knows?
Oh, okay, he's saying he's got the winner, not 100 appearances. Okay.
Oh, it's his 100 Premier League appearance. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And he got a text from Jurgen Klopp afterwards, apparently saying, guten
Congratulations.
Tag, and yeah, happy Glühwein and all that.
That's
He
cool.
did steal in nicely. I like the way he stole in, but some people were saying they weren't overly pleased with the rest of his performance.
Yeah.
Was it a bit in and it was that basically all he did, or I mean,
I don't know if that's necessarily all he did, but that
well,
was
obviously not
definitely.
all he did, but was he had a quiet game kind of?
Yeah, he wasn't exactly turn over trees before that, I guess you could say.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
oh.
Yeah, I see that. It's all good.
Host of Bone saying he was good. People waffling. Oh.
Yeah, he doesn't agree. But again, yeah. What's pretty wild about this? Again, we're gonna have this show coming up, but I'll give you like just a little teaser in what I mean by how great of an individual we have in Salah. And I'll give you a little teaser on that one. And that is this little statistic here. You can add a goal and you can add assist to that. And obviously you can add one more game to that. So that would be 374 games, 230 goals, 104 assists. 374 games, 230 goals, and 104 assists. Absolutely reason to say that he is beyond Hazard and looking at Henry and seeing what he can do with those accomplishments that he has under his belt. Whatever
Oh,
records he has left.
You stick one on the left, you stick one on the right.
Absolutely.
You're golden. Yeah, those are ridiculous. They're pretty much spot on as well. It's good now.
Yeah.
It's a good comparison because they're
put
the same number of games played.
Put Robbie in the middle and call it good, or put Rushy in the middle.
You could probably even stick bloody, I don't know. You could stick anyone in the middle there to get 15 goals a season.
Yeah.
You
Might
know,
be able to even stick K Max favorite in the middle and gets who knows? Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? But at this point, I just do not care because 3-1 is what it is. 3-1 is what it is. You know, for those that those that care about Scapegoat FC more than they care about Liverpool, top of the league to you people. Top of the league. Top of the league. So, um, yeah, yeah. Belly dancing, yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
don't
it
know what
is
stat that
crazy.
is for Kevin. What is that stat that he's putting up?
That's his involvement,
Oh,
basically.
involvement. Yeah,
Yeah, so
I think that's something to talk about too. Hustle, definitely. 7 points, game in hand. It was 7 points.
yeah. If we had won our game, say we had played that game, I know woulda, shoulda, coulda, and all that, but we'd be 10 points ahead of Chelsea now.
Yeah,
Like we threw away that 11-point lead with those two draws, which brought
yeah,
us right back down towards the chasing pack. Now
yeah,
Chelsea have dropped a few points, Arsenal dropped a few points, and now we have a chance to get back to. So if we could put those 3 points on the board from Everton, we would be 10 points ahead of Chelsea now. So
yep,
today has worked out really, really well for us. So, but, you can't count those points at all. That's why I'm really annoyed that that game got called off because um, looking at what Everton have now done, maybe we would have gotten them before that little bit of form.
hmm,
They've gone and basically taken three in a row. Chelsea, Arsenal, and City, they've taken points three in a row. Everton are doing really, really well right now. So hopefully we'll get them in a better. But it's just those 3 points that I'd much rather have on the board than have in a game in hand. I'd love to see us put that big number back up on the board because yeah, we did kind of in my mind throw away a little bit of that momentum.
yeah,
But City have dropped points, Chelsea have dropped points, so you never know. I think it might be asking a bit much for Ipswich to get a result, but you never know. Stranger things have happened.
hmm,
But I think it's up to us now. And we do have a nice cushion back a little bit, especially that Fulham result today, man. Absolutely golden. That was a priceless little result for us. The
yeah,
swing there was just really, really good. Yeah, and Harry Wilson, man, coming at the back post with a header like a like an old pro. It wasn't a free kick. It wasn't a long range spectacular job. It was just like a great little goal. And then they went back up the other end, Chelsea trying to play it long out. And another great goal. It was a brilliant game to watch that. So it's everything seems to be going our way. Even when it doesn't, it swings back our way. And
yeah,
look at our bench today. Our bench today was the strongest I've seen it attacking wise in a long time.
yeah,
D-
yeah. It was a
Diaz,
night and day difference from the defensive measures that
yeah,
we saw from before. Yeah,
Diaz, Jota, Chiesa, Dom, and Harvey Elliott all on a bench. Diaz, Jota, and Chiesa on our bench.
hmm,
That's crazy. And then to
yeah,
have uh, an Elliott there, and then we had the perfect backup of Endo, perfect backup DM, Simicast, perfect backup for the fullback, Kwanzaa, perfect backup for the centre half, and then Kelleher, perfect backup for the goalkeeper. It's one of the most impressive benches I've seen this in. But just in how complete it was. And we got this, and then just a load of attackers.
yeah.
What do you want to do? Do you want to bring Jota in? Do you want to bring Diaz in? Do you want to bring Chiesa in? It was so good to see. Laszlo, are you more concerned with the Chavs or the Gunas? Yesterday, Pops, I would have said Chavs, but it is a bit up and down. But in the long term, start of the season, I'm still going to say Chelsea right now. I'm still going to, I still think they might be closer to us than Arsenal, but yeah. You see, that's the thing, Pops. That's the only thing right now. They don't have a keeper. That guy's not a keeper. Sanchez is not a good goalkeeper at all. That could be a downfall for them. Yeah, 100%. He could
And there's
cost them.
absolutely no way that I would. There's absolutely no way I would or want to see Kelleher leave in January, especially if he's going to go to Chelsea. There's absolutely no way.
If they want him, they can give us 70 million.
Yeah.
If they want to do that, they can give us the same money they gave us. Gave you the other lads.
Make them pay like £1 over what they paid for Kepa.
Yeah. If they want to do that in January, cool, you can have it, but it's going to cost you a freaking fortune.
Yeah. There's absolutely no way I would let him go for cheap.
We have no release clause. There's nothing. So we named the price. If you want to do that, man, break the bank.
Yep. If you got a problem with it, hey, cry me a river.
We're not here to help you.
Yeah. There were some things too. I mean, I told you how we had 19 shots today. This is pretty wild. How you will get shots against Leicester City. You will get shots. You can add another 19 to that total right there of 306, bring in the 325. You will get shots. West Ham is our next opponent, who we will, once again, they do give up their share of shots. They definitely do give up their share of shots. I'm surprised to see Brentford up so high on that list, to be honest with you. All the other teams somewhat, but Brentford, I'm kind of surprised. But
yeah, they seem to be playing a different version of what they were doing last year. They're a lot more open, maybe, but they're getting good results from it. I think that's probably something he's happy with. You see, that's probably like if you look at what Tottenham are doing, like Tottenham should be way up there, right? So everybody talks about Tottenham. Oh, they're crazy. You play Tottenham, you get millions of chances. Well, why aren't Tottenham top of that list?
Yeah,
they're not even in that top 10.
No.
So Thomas Frank is probably playing a much more better version of this open football and getting results from it. Like because Brentford.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point.
You correlate that with the league table for us. Yeah, but
I even show you here. This is like the fewest goals scored this year. This is what we were going into Boxing Day. This is what it looked like.
Didn't change much today.
Didn't change very much at all.
Yeah, a lot of 1-0s and 1-1 kind of a lot of that today.
Yeah. Manchester United. The fact that they are 5th place. 5th place and fewest goals scored. That's crazy. And you're right. I guess that's why when he's saying 16 goals scored this season for Salah, even with the goal that they scored today, with bringing them to 15, he still has more. Salah has more goals than 2 teams in the Premier League combined. Like the 2 teams he's beating. He's beating Everton and he's beating Southampton in goal tally. Just in goal tally. That's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive.
I don't think it's too much of a stretch to say that Manchester United only have 5 more goals than them.
Yeah.
That's pretty embarrassing.
I say so, yeah.
They've scored fewer goals than West Ham, Forest.
Yeah.
It's none of that is good reading for them. I think they're 12th in the league.
Who? No, they're 14th.
14th in the league.
Yeah.
I was being generous.
Yeah. Amarin has taken them from 13th to 14th, basically. But they're back.
Oh, they're back.
They're back.
Oh, they're definitely back. Oh, it's year one of the Ineos regime. So
Mm-hmm.
just you watch out.
Exactly. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. And it goes to show you, like, this is the lowest passing accuracy in the league too. Manchester United once again, sixth place. Sixth place. But we got West Ham that we got to go up against on the weekend. And again, it's a team that we should come out and try to run up the score on, because they are not good.
Interesting again to see Bournemouth second bottom, a team that's doing brilliantly, beating teams.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know that's interesting to see why is it lower for them. Like that's, I mean, back in the day, you go, well, 75%. That's really good.
yeah,
Since things change now, most people, oh, 90 is, anything less than 88 is bad. It's like Jesus, man.
yeah,
But why are Bournemouths so high up in the table? Are they playing riskier balls, more long balls, or whatever?
yeah. It's a good
Interesting to
question.
look at.
That is a
Um,
good question,
you
because they're
know,
not they're scoring goals
and they're winning games.
and they're winning games. You could ask Manchester United about that. They just beat them 3-0.
Twice.
Yeah,
Twice they beat them 3-0 in the cup, and they beat them 3-0 in the league at
and
home
they are
on both
conceding. They're,
occasions.
like you said earlier, they're conceding. They're conceding shots as well. They're on that bottom table. It says top 10, but the bottom 10 basically of in the league of
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's a top
or
10, but it's actually
yeah, a bottom,
yeah,
a table that you don't want to be on. That's this one. Bournemouth and Brentford both on this list of shots conceded. But again, we go up against West Ham, who's led up the fourth, at least around the fourth most shots in the league. Again, a team in West Ham that's led up, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, around fifth or sixth place in the amount of fewest goals scored for their team. And we
ridiculous.
also go up against a West Ham team that will be the third worst passing accuracy in the league. We need to absolutely punish West Ham like we did in the League Cup. We absolutely should punish West Ham. Despite it being at West Ham, I get that, but we need to go into the weekend or into the new year strong. We definitely need to go in strong. JK, how you doing, bro?
Oh, good, bro. Top
Good, good.
result.
Top result for sure. Top of the league to you. Good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
Definitely so. Definitely so. Again, this is no assurance that the league is wrapped up, that it's over or whatever. We've been in this position before, being in top of the league at Christmas, and out of, I think it's how many times have we been there? Seven. This is the seventh time we've been top of the league. We have only won the league once out of the previous 6 times. So hopefully we'll make this the seventh time. Hopefully will be the second time we win the league. Let's make it the second. Big up. Is the game, you're asking when is the game? Is that what's being asked? Our next game? Our next game is on the 29th. So that's in 3 days. So was that Friday, Saturday? Sunday is our next game. Sunday.
Yeah, it doesn't hang around now. You get a little bit of a burst of games, and then it dies down a bit. But
yeah,
it's all about right now. You forget about your legs. You forget about fitness. You just go with it. You run with it, and you go with it, and then you let the January kind of lull then kick in. Thank God now there's no AFCON, there's no weird crap, going
yeah,
on. at least some kind of a break or something. But we've got we've got FA Cup, we've got League Cup, we've got all those things, we've got all the extra comps. But that's it's tough at the top. If you want to win stuff, you got to be in stuff. So you're going to have all these extra games and stuff. But yeah, this time of year, it's thick and fast, which I think was interesting to see him. Maybe that's why he went with Darwin and Jones today a little bit to just kind of bank ahead of that.
Oh, absolutely. I think so.
Yeah,
Yep.
because I don't think they're his first choice. I think it would be Jota and Dom would be his first choice. So I think he took a little bit of a gamble on that maybe today, and it paid off because, like, say, Jonesy scores, right? But like some people are saying, didn't have the best game. This was something I noticed. Robert is saying there. We're copying Arsenal set piece of corner. I did notice I saw a replay and we did this weird thing where like all of our players went over to one side of the box.
Yeah.
On the opposite side, like the corner was coming in from the left, and literally all of our players went and stood in a formation between the 6-yard box and the right-hand corner of the box on the other side. In this kind of fainting kind of fake format, trying to drag it out. I did notice that. Hey, look, it's good stuff, if it works. But at least try and, like you said, try a short corner or try something different. Mix it up, get some variation in there.
Yeah,
I do prefer a short corner than an over elaborate routine, because the over elaborate routine can work all it wants, but if the delivery isn't good enough, it's pointless.
Yeah,
if the guy taking the corner,
I do think that there was a piece done that shows that Arsenal is getting away with they're getting away with a lot of stuff when it comes to the when it comes to
pulling and the dragging and the pushing and the shoving and the blocking.
Yeah, they're basically just it's so fast, it's so free flowing, but when it comes to their corners, they're purposely going in and screening the goalkeeper,
blocking,
blocking him, bumping him off his line, pushing him out of his spot. There's like that's been a foul every day of the week, but yet they've been fortunate to not be getting the calls like that going against them. And it was interesting. There's an actual I have the piece. I'll be able to show it. I'll see if I can get to show it to you because it shows actual clips. I'm not sure. It was a short that I saw that was actually pretty interesting. But
hi there.
But yeah, they're on some other things. Coming up at the bottom of the hour.
Just need to check in quickly with Dara. How was the ribeye, man? How was the ribeye? He was ribeye for Christmas dinner.
Oh wow!
I didn't. Yeah, ribeye, man.
I got no invite.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all good. It's
noted.
All good.
Noted.
It's all love.
Yeah.
It's all love.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do see what you're talking about, by the way. I do see what you're talking about. The Curtis Jones when he's like on the ground.
Yeah, he's like a funky Buddha or something.
Got you. Yeah. Funny. Hustle Bones got jokes. Yeah, they're it's gonna be interesting. Maybe we get fortunate. Maybe now it turns. What's great about this win is that with every win, it puts that much more pressure on our opponents, our contenders that are trying to contend with us for the league. It puts that much more pressure on whoever they're facing. It does not matter whoever they're facing. It puts that much more pressure on them to get a result to try to keep pace with us. So tomorrow, I know it's the Tractor Boys will be traveling to the Emirates. Now it's on them. Now it's on them to see if they can stop the Tractor Boys from getting some type of
get Ed Sheeran in the dressing room. G him up.
Get him going. That
Yeah,
we
get
get him
Ed Sheeran
going.
in with a few, or send Ed Sheeran into the Arsenal dressing room and depress them so much with his terrible music that they just can't play football. And that would work. That'd be just as effective, I think.
Oh, there you have it. Yeah. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But I do know that. Let me see this real quick. Let me see. I think I have it on this one. Yeah, I could do this one. All right, I'll even show you what I mean by, or not show you, but I'm gonna play something for you. I think that like while we're all doing whatever it is that we're doing, we should possibly keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. Hopefully, it doesn't play it. Let me make sure it doesn't play it.
Probably actually.
Okay. Hopefully you can hear it, right?
Probably actually, no one expected him
Hmm.
us to start so well.
Can you hear it? Can you hear that?
Probably
I can anyway.
Brian, can you hear that?
I can, yeah.
You can? Okay. Making sure. Okay.
actually, no one expected him us to start so well. But he's believing in the team. We are believing in him, and I think we need the whole squad, and that we showed it many times. Doesn't matter who plays, we give our best on the pitch, Champions League, Cups, and in the Premier League as well. That's why we are at the top of the table and top of the Champions League.
Recognize people. Dominic. That was Dominic Szoboszlai being interviewed after the Spurs match. That was Dominic Szoboszlai being interviewed after the Spurs match after an excellent performance by him in that game. And he was asked about, what were your thoughts on the season and about the coach and everything else. And he's like basically saying, hey, no one had us. No one believed in this. No one really had belief in this coach outside of the team, outside of the club, but yet this team fights hard. Got some very, very potent components to it, whether it's defensive or even offensive components to it. And it makes a difference. Can make a viable difference when it comes to seeing something go down. So big up to Dom trying to say, hey, K-Mac, you want to hear us talk about something? I'll talk about this. We are top of the league, whether it's Champions League, whether it is Premier League. We got a semifinal that's going to be coming up pretty soon for us. By the way, our 20th semifinal about to be coming up against the same team that we just piped 6-3. Pause. Okay. Absolutely good times. Absolutely good times for us in the Reds community. Let's not be a Debbie Downer. Okay. Let's not be a Debbie Downer. Let's enjoy it, people. Enjoy it. That's my best suggestion I can make is just enjoy it. Because times like this don't happen too often. And when they do, take a moment to enjoy it. Take an absolute moment to enjoy it. JK, is there something you'd like to say to people?
No, I'm just saying the game was weird. We let them score, waited half an hour, and then what it was, I was like, okay, get to halftime, 1-0, cool. We'll fix it second half. But just getting that goal before half time sort of gave me that, let's go and get that win now. So we saved us a lot, like 15, 20 minutes. Because if it was still 1-0 at half time, we would have gone into that second half, wanted that first goal, So our mindset sort of changed pretty quick at half time then. But other than that, I think for me, man of the match, Gakpo. Wow, played real top today, man. I think Darwin was smart, neat, played well. Second half, he played all right. Salah does what he thinks. But all in all, a little bit rocky. We had like phases where Leicester had about 10 minutes and stuff. But other than that, for me, the result, it don't really matter how we play as long as we win 3 points, man. That's the main thing.
Yeah, doesn't matter as long as you get the W. It's the bottom line. And
That's it.
I don't think that we played horrible. I just think that They were fortunate.
There was
We were more fortunate than them. Go ahead.
no. So I was just like I was saying, there was people here, but I had the kind of thing on, and there was one. I came back in to get my phone, and they were playing, right? Leicester were playing, and they were attacking us, and they popped off 7 or 8 first-time balls, first-time passes, cutting right through us. We intercepted them, and we pretty much did the same to them. Bang, 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 6, 7 times, first-time passing, right through the middle. It was brilliant football.
Yeah.
It was amazing football. Like you could see, it was like that Dutch. Like they were bang, 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 passed right through us like butter. It was like Jesus. And we got a foot in. I think maybe Van Dijk or something like that, or Grab maybe got a foot in, and we turned and did exactly to them. With Mac hit one first time to Mo to Trent, bang, 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 first time passing right back up the other way. It was like wow.
Right.
It was
Right.
like a basketball game. It was like such high quality.
Mhm.
You know, immediate first time, first touch football. Nothing better than first touch football. 3, 4 passes in a row, bang, bang, first touch, and everybody's on it.
Mhm.
You could see, I could imagine if the camera had cut like to both coaches, they kind of would have been looking at each other going, yeah, that's how you play. That's how you play.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? That was so good from both teams. You know, the quality was right up there. And I think like what they just did to us kind of inspired us to go, we can do that too. You know, but
Yeah.
it was just I like that from Slot, the speed that we moved the ball through the midfield, no hanging around, you know, and at times like even with the goals you could see from what I saw anyway from the kind of the clips of them, it was fast football. It was really incisive play. It was really good. It was really quick. So um I can understand why Leicester fans are liking what they're seeing from Van Nistelrooy. If that's the kind of ball he wants to play, you know. Nice, fast, one-touch stuff. But we showed him, oh, okay, anything you can do, we can do better. You know, and it was great to watch. Some of it, like the little bits that I saw, some of it was really, really good to watch.
Wild. Yeah, that's wild, Robert. That is, and that's accurate. And I believe Robert, that's pretty wild. That's pretty wild. And I can believe it, to tell you the truth. I can certainly believe it because we were definitely, they definitely, I showed you the stat about them, you know, with their accuracy, the passing and the likes. I mean, we had more than double the passes that they completed in this matchup. They had 304 passes completed in the entire match. It's pretty wild. 132 in the first half, 172 in the second. Wild, wild, wild stuff. But JK, is there anything you'd like to say before we make this move and get ready for the weekend?
For the West Ham. Yeah, like for me, so
Yeah, get ready for the weekend. Get ready for TGIF.
Say again, bro.
Get ready for thank God it's Friday. Get ready for the Friday coming up.
Yeah, get ready for Friday, and then but for me, get ready for the West Ham game. In that, with the West Ham game, so what's like? Did you see the foul he got a yellow card for? Fucking ridiculous, man.
BS. Absolute BS.
Like this is what I'm saying. Like I feel sorry for the guy who got booked and then gets booked again and then misses the game. It's like if you get booked and it's not really a yellow card, 2 yellow cards that shouldn't be yellow cards.
That's why I didn't want to see Dom actually in this game. To be honest with you,
with
the way that this official was, way that this ref was calling this game, and knowing that Dom was on just one yellow card away from being suspended for the next match, I was not interested in seeing Dom play. If you wanted to sub someone in, sub in Endo, which he did. I understand that.
Harvey Elliott. Yeah, he did.
No, but sub in Harvey Elliott, sub in Endo, which he did on both of those occasions. He did sub in both of those players, but I don't want to see I didn't want to see Dom in this game. And I also wanted to see by the time we had it 2-1, and if not 3-1 especially, I did not want to see Grab on the pitch either, because He's one yellow card. He's one yellow card away from being suspended as well. And you could tell there's some challenges that he went into, and this referee is calling BS calls, and I mean like shoulder to shoulder challenges where the Leicester player is already going to ground trying to get a call, and he's going to pull out a yellow card for that stuff. Whether it was, I think, who got one today? I think Cody got one. I want to say Cody got a card today. I think he got a card today. But yeah, it was one of those cases where I was just like, no, I don't want to see that happen.
Okay, so he misses West. I think, Sabota, he looked different again today. He looked like he's woken up. His energy was different today, if you noticed how he was playing when he came on. Very sort of on his toes, ready for it. And that's why I was thinking, it was a bit of a pity he didn't start that game today.
Right.
Yeah, Jones got a goal, got the winner actually, in a weird sort of way. But I think Szoboszlai should have played today. I think his energy against Tottenham was sufficient enough to give him a game today, man.
Yeah, agreed.
No, Gomez was also top. I think Gomez played well. But for me, Salah was top as well. But for me, Gakpo got a goal and assist. I just think Gakpo was just wild today. He was like top class. Salah also, man. Salah for me always plays good. In that way, he'll either get a goal or an assist, or have their left back terrified. He'll do something for the game.
I think sometimes, even though you might say, again, because we had 3 yellow cards given to us today. I think Cody was the third person that got a yellow card. Let me double check. Dom, Robbo, Gomez. Okay, Dom, Robbo, and Gomez got yellows today. But yeah, I think with Mo, you know what a lot of it is for me is that I get Pops made a comment earlier about how like he was yelling at the screen at points. He was disappointed at some spots, or wanting more from Salah, and I can get and point that out. But one thing I can trust is that Mo might not have the game of his life, but Mo's going to have a moment. Mo is going to have a moment, and more times than not, Mo is going to score or assist or be involved in some way or another in that moment to provide
Mo
you.
doesn't do games of his life.
Yeah.
Mo doesn't do games of his life. Mo just puts up seasons. He doesn't do. Yeah, Mo. It's like, what was your best game? What was your best fucking season, man? Yeah. That guy is like, yeah. When was the last time he had the game of his life? Probably 15 times in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I
think the game of his life might have been. It was the game of his life, but it also might have been the game of like Liverpool's life, and that was that Manchester United game. That game he was.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
Fire in that game.
Yeah, but the guy has just done it so many
times. But other than that,
absolutely everybody. There's nobody he hasn't fucking destroyed, basically. There's no one he hasn't been Mo Salah against.
Exactly.
It took Sergio Ramos to do a freaking judo move on him to take him out of the game. That's talking about game recognizing game. Talk about threat recognition. Talk about fucking neutralizing an opponent. That was not about football. That was about fucking jiu-jitsu or something. That was about
trying to neutralize an opponent.
Combat.
Yeah.
He just like I got an opportunity to hurt this guy and I'm gonna take it. He didn't know it was gonna work. He hoped it worked and it fucking did. Nobody I've seen that. I've seen loads of different people going, people who do that whatever jiu-jitsu. It's like, oh yeah, that's literally a fucking move. Yeah. I don't know what they call it. It's like, yeah, that's a shinjitsu. That's a move you do when you're throwing your opponent to the ground. You do that to him, hoping to dislocate their shoulder.
Yeah,
it's literally something we teach people to do. It's like you can throw your opponent to the ground, but while you're doing it, if you do this, you can make sure they don't get back up again. And if they do, to me was like, oh, and then we had all the carrier scrap, but. Yeah, that to me is the one thing he needs. I think Mo needs for him
And I
Probably.
forget who I forget who gave him the concussion, but that was even shady. Someone gave Karius the concussion. I think it was the
Oh,
government.
that was Benzema.
Yeah.
He had a collision with Benzema, I think, and then Ramos was involved with the other thing. I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a quick question, and maybe if we don't get, we might not have Ant on the show to give his reaction. Hopefully, we do. Maybe we won't. Maybe we won't. But because of his own time, but Leicester now sit in 18th place in relegation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
And what's even worse about it is Ipswich, who plays tomorrow, is only 2 points behind them as well. So hypothetically, if they were to get a win, which would be fantastic, they could even push them into 19th place. But all the same, they're still in relegation. Is this where we see Leicester at the end of the year? Is this like one of those things where you think that is Leicester going to? I know Leicester's going to have to fight to get out of relegation, obviously, because it isn't a pretty. It's an interesting pack that is formulating the relegation group and those hovering above the relegation group. Because Manchester United, as much as I would love for them to be in 15th place, because that would mean that they're at 17 points. They're at 22 points. So they're probably not going to fall into that spot being close to being in that, possible relegated form. That would be a Christmas present, by the way. But still, Everton, Crystal Palace, 17 points. Wolves at 15 points. And now Leicester with 14 points. Is this where we're going to see them go? Is this where we're going to see what happens to them? How do you feel about that? JK? Do you think that this might be the testament of where Leicester finishes the year? I know we got a long year ahead of us.
Yeah, we got half a season left now. I feel Leicester played okay today. When you look at the way they played against us, they didn't really get battered. We wasn't great, I'll tell you the truth. But I think Leicester sort of showed pretty good signs of playing as a team. Like Daka was playing today. I haven't seen him in a long time. Vardy was injured. Then you had that guy from Tottenham, Skip, and the other lad. What was his name? The one that bought from Tottenham.
Oh, Skip and
Winks.
Facundo.
Winks, I think. Yeah, Winks.
Oh,
Winks looked all right as well. Yeah.
Okay. Leicester
But
won't
for me,
meet.
that yeah. But I think Leicester, if they carry on playing like that, they can survive. I think you're playing Liverpool top of the league table. You lost 3-1, but go away to other teams and play that way, they should get some wins. But what I don't understand about that is they lost at home to 3-0 to Wolves the other day as well.
Yeah. Wolves have turned the corner somewhat, I don't think Wolves are that bad of a team, to be honest with you. I really don't think they're that bad of a team. And yeah, Dara's saying watch out for Southampton now. Interesting. Considering they got 6 points on the season so far. 6
points. I think if you look at the league and where they are, there's only 2 teams ahead of them that you think they could possibly overtake, which are Wolves and Crystal Palace, maybe Everton.
Yeah.
But like that's it. Other than that, it's Brentford, it's Man United, it's Brighton, it's Aston Villa.
Yeah.
They're in third now. It's who's going to drop down? Who are they going to overtake? The only teams they can overtake are Wolves and Crystal Palace.
Right.
Everybody other than that is going to stay up. So
do you have it in your mind? Do you think that Leicester are a better team than Everton or Crystal Palace?
I don't watch enough of any of them. I think Palace are always in danger. Palace are one of those teams they always flirt with it, and if it goes wrong for them this year, the thing is, sometimes for certain owners, especially the kind of the hedge fund owners or the people where it's more important, the kind of the money you see these guys invest in January when their team looks like they might get relegated.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you might see something like that happening with Palace because they didn't really replace Elise,
They didn't.
or so maybe they might do something. So I don't know if Leicester do that, but the fact that Leicester are where they are now at this point is more kind of worrying. That
Mm-hmm.
team should be kind of maybe where Brentford is.
Mm-hmm.
They made a huge mistake bringing in Steve Cooper. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, how they didn't know that that was doomed from the start, I'll never understand. Like,
Yeah.
even people who don't know who Steve Cooper is and don't know who Leicester City are heard that news and went, that's
Know
not
that
going
and
to
be
work.
like, scratch
Yeah,
your head and like,
yeah,
they
that ain't going to work.
they pointed who?
Yeah, no, and Leicester fans are going, oh, hey, true kind of gritted teeth going, oh, no, it's okay. We don't mind that,
Yeah.
that Maresca left us. That guy that we were all calling like the next fucking messiah. We don't mind that he left and we replaced him with Steve Cooper, who just managed our fiercest rivals. And I
Yeah.
mean,
Which is a
doomed
shame. Which
from
is a shame. They
the
should have worked
start.
out some better deal with Maresca.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely doomed from the start. So
yeah.
now you're almost giving them a start from when this guy comes in, Van Nistelrooy. You know, so they're all like, this is the strength. Now, I think it's incredibly visible if you look at the Premier League table right now and you look at the teams in that table.
Mm-hmm.
Other than two, every single one of them has 3 or 4 players that walk into Champions League clubs at every other level. Serie A, Liga,
Mm-hmm.
um, La Liga,
Mm-hmm.
Portugal. Clubs like Bournemouth, clubs like Brentford, clubs like Crystal Palace, Wolves have top footballers. This is a really, really hard league. This is really difficult. So I would worry for Leicester. Definitely, I would worry for them. I hope Ant has a great new year, but I think he might be back to going traveling around the championship again next season.
Maybe.
You know,
Maybe. That's what's wild about it. Is that all three teams that were appointed or were, appointed to the Premier League from the championship are the three teams now that are hovering at being, brought back down to the championship. And it is a shame too, because it does show the disparity or the vast disparity between clubs and the fact of, if once you do get into that championship placement, it's not easy to hold on to the Premier League. Really, it's not easy at all to hold on to the Premier League amongst some of the bigger names and the more appointed and more trusted teams, especially like your
yeah, but
your.
Leicester should be nowhere near behind Fulham or Bournemouth or Bright or Palace. They have a much higher wage bill, a much bigger spend.
I
They
got
have
you.
spent so much money,
Mm-hmm.
so much money. They fucked it up, man. Leicester have messed it up. They've spent more money than anybody. They have more wages than anybody that's in their group, their category.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Highest wage bill ever to be relegated, highest squad value ever to be relegated last
Right.
season, and they kept most of those players.
Yep.
All they lost really was Dewsbury Hall, Vardy. So they have no excuse. Ant will tell you the same. They have no excuse for where they are. They have a lot
Yep.
more money than Palace do. They're much better set up than a lot of these teams. Well, not yeah, but they shouldn't be where they are. But if you look at that league now, it's just crazy to look at the league and then you look above them and you go, well, next up is Wolves or Palace. Everybody above that, it's all of a sudden it's Brentford, it's Manchester United. The strength of the Premier League right now is ridiculous.
It is.
It's absolutely crazy.
It is absolutely. Well, we are coming up on the 2-hour mark. We're going to be ending the show here, but we're going to also have a Finally Friday tomorrow. It is going to be a festive weekend for myself, as in I do have some obligations to handle, but I will be certainly here to be along with you, my Reds, to talk some ball, to talk about our team, talk about hopefully about the fall of maybe some other teams that have not been able to keep pace with us. Let's hope. Let's see. We're going to definitely have to see what the evaluation is on our on some of these rivals or some of these teams that are trying to contend with us this time this year. But we certainly will have a show tomorrow. We'll have a show for Saturday as well. And we will definitely do a show on Sunday. So we will be certainly ready for that. And I want to make double check for you here. The show on Sunday is going to be, yes, it'll be a good one. I'll be able to do it. It's early in the morning still, but I'll be able to do a roll call for you guys, or at least I'll be able to participate in the roll call. I'm fortunate that I'm a Red because you'll never walk alone is certainly the case. JK, the Irishman, Lee, Delonte, they definitely pick me up when I can't necessarily be there because maybe it's like a 4:30 in the morning game or something ridiculous for me, at least, for when it's like 4:30, 5:30 in the morning sometimes. But I do my best to always be there for roll call. So I will get a show together for you guys tomorrow. And I think what we're possibly going to do is this, again, talk about the league, talk about what's going on, give a little look into what the week was for us in the terms of fantasy football. By the way, I think how it ends is it ends to tomorrow for this week, and then the new week starts that Sunday, that Saturday and Sunday, right? I want to say right.
No, there's a game tomorrow night, so it won't be until after.
It won't be. Yeah, I mean like that tomorrow. Right. There's a game Friday, right? So Friday night.
There's 2 games tomorrow.
2 games tomorrow. Yeah. So after Friday night, that's the last day for that week, and then the new week starts on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh well, not Sunday, but after. I'm not sure. Hang on.
You know what I mean? Because we have a
Brighton Brentford. Brighton Brentford. That's the other one. Brighton
Right.
Brentford and Arsenal Ipswich tomorrow, and then the next game week will start on. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, Sunday. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Sunday 3:30. First 2:30 is Leicester City. So 1:30 on Sunday is your cut off for the fantasy football. So Sunday morning, basically, get it sorted by then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
City. So after tomorrow, be sure I'll try to throw out a reminder for those that are participating in the league. I think Mark was going to join the league. I think he said that. I think Mark was the one that said he was going to join the league or not. But you're more than welcome to join the league if you want for our fantasy football league. It's been heating up. A lot of players, a lot of teams have started to pick up some momentum, and we will wish you all the best. You want to say a peace out to the people real quick, Bri?
No, just exactly that. Thanks for being here. See you all again tomorrow.
All right. And JK, you want to say peace out to our Reds? And
peace, people. Let's keep on winning.
Yeah, let's keep on winning. Let's keep this streak going. Let's end the year right with another W. Let's get it. Let's hopefully let's enjoy the misery of our rivals as they suffer through finding L's in their stockings. And as always, people, as always, I like to say, up the Reds, people, up the Reds. Keep that in your heart always. Let's keep it positive. And we will see you tomorrow. Take care and all the best and happy holidays.